Hello, hello and welcome everyone to day 9 of our 21-day journey together. My name is Prasad and I am coming to you from London. I have been practicing Sahaja Yoga since I was a child. My parents introduced it to me at a very early age. So before we go any further, I'd like to quickly remind you that if you are new tonight and you would like a review of what we've covered, you can watch all the recordings on the website. You can also type in the chat breakout room help later on if it's your first time, and a Sahaja Yogi will guide you through the initial realization process. So yesterday we used ice to cool down the right side. Today, could we have today's slide please? Today we are going to learn how to clear the left channel. So if you remember, I asked you yesterday to bring a candle and some matchsticks because we're going to learn how to clear the left channel. So first of all, we're going to have a guided meditation with Rosalind, after which we'll watch a video of Shri Mataji, and then we'll begin a very special interactive workshop. So do stay for that. It's a special interactive workshop we have aligned just for you. All sessions are recorded. Sahaja Yoga is completely free. You just have to keep an open mind and enjoy. So, without further ado, Rosalind, over to you.
Hello, everybody. You may have seen me earlier in the week. I'm very happy to be here to expand a little bit on this left side of ours and the chakras. So first of all, I'd like to ask you if you'll take off your shoes, because we always meditate in Sahaja Yoga without shoes. We try and create a stronger connection with the Mother Earth. And this doesn't matter if you're in an upstairs room, that's fine, because it's a connection that we start to create sort of inside ourselves. We ask the Mother Earth to help us. That's what we're going to do tonight. So please take off your shoes and just have stocking feet. It's fine if you're sitting on the floor. Also, I'd like to ask you if you would now introduce a candle into the room, not the candle that we're going to work with tonight, but if you would start to light a candle for your meditations. So every day, when you do your daily meditation, you light the candle first. And the reason for this is as we meditate, the chakras are clearing and we're letting go of things from the past. We're letting go of impurities, and the candle will do the job of burning off some of those things that we no longer need. So that will happen just as you're meditating. So it doesn't matter if you haven't got one tonight, but if you start to introduce a candle, and if you were here a couple of days ago, we introduced this area in your home where you can meditate, and that's where you'll light your candle each day. So we're going to use two elements tonight, one which we've already done a little bit with my colleagues earlier in the week, and the other one is candle, which you've heard about, which is introducing the fire. In Sahaja, we use all the elements. And because we have our realization, because this Kundalini has risen up, come out through the fontanelle area in our head, we have a stronger connection with the cosmos, and we have a strong connection with the elements, and the elements actually start to work for us. So while I'm telling you a little bit about the left side, I'd just like you to drop your right hand down to the Mother Earth. We'll leave the left hand open like this on the lap, palm upwards. First of all, sorry, I forgot to ask you if we could raise the Kundalini together. We've been doing this together already, and for anybody new, I'll just show you how we do it. This actually brings our attention inside and raises our Kundalini with our hands. So we raise up the left hand, and as we do that, we're pushing the right hand around it in like a spiral outwards. When we get to the top of the head, we tie a knot. And this is something we should do every day before meditation and at the end of meditation. The second time we do exactly the same, gradually, slowly, raise our Kundalini. We could put our head back, and as we tie the two knots, we could just look at our hands. Again, we start at the bottom of the body, bottom of the spine. And again, we raise the Kundalini. So we do this 3 times, and on the third time, we tie 3 knots. This is something you've already been doing, unless you're new tonight. And then we put on what we call a bandan, and this is a bond of protection. We use the right hand, and we just bring. We start at the left hip, and we make an arc over the whole of our body, over the top of the head to the right hip, and we back again. And that's 1. And we do 7 of those for the 7 chakras. So we do 7 arcs, going over and returning back. And actually, the meditation process starts at this point. Because the Kundalini, our Kundalini starts to recognize removing the vibrations. We're starting the meditation. Now, if you just drop the right hand down to the Mother Earth, or if you're sitting on the floor, place your right hand onto the floor. We can always have it in our attention to ask the Mother Earth to help us to clear. We leave the left hand open on the lap like this. And as always, we'll always remind you that there kind of two focuses really, but not only lightly focusing on where our hands are, what we're doing, but we always need to keep our attention on the top of the head. This is where the Sahasrara chakra is. On the charts you've been seeing, you see that multicolored chakra where we get the connection with our higher selves. So this is where our attention should be, where the fontanelle area is at the top of the head. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about these left side chakras. Then while I'm doing this, just really try to meditate a little bit, and the Mother Earth will actually be doing her work. So when you get a little bit more sensitive, or it might be happening already, you might feel a pull from the Mother Earth through the right hand or even the left. You might feel this little pull. Sometimes we do feel that. And the Mother Earth is actually absorbing all the impurities from our system. Will start to work for you if you practice it. Now these left side chakras, you can close your eyes if you'd like to while I'm talking, if it's easier for you to meditate. These left side chakras hold all the most beautiful qualities of human nature. The self-knowledge, self-mastery, the sense of self in the heart, the sense of being in a good place with ourselves, and self-confidence. And I can say from experience, something that happened to me, that the intuition becomes very much more enhanced when the left side starts to clear. We tend to get the intuition from this left Swadhisthana chakra, which is the one at the hip joint on the left side. And you'll find as you meditate, you might have questions about things, about yourself or other people, about life. And if you ask the question in the night time before you go to sleep, and if you meditate in the mornings, very often you get much clearer answers to your questions. And this is what happens as we start to clear the left side. But as we go through life, of course, as in everything else, we do tend to attract some impurities and imbalances in these chakras. And if you've ever felt a little bit of depression or a low mood, and we all have, I'm sure we all have felt like that at some point, or if you felt a heaviness in the mind, some days we feel that, sometimes it lasts longer, and then it clears. This is coming from the left side. So any depression or low mood or a feeling of heaviness in the mind or the head and a feeling of heaviness in general, these are coming from the left side, and that's what we need to clear. And what happens is there's a preoccupation going on with us from the past. We have some kind of preoccupation with what we've done or what somebody did to us, but we're not really fully aware of that sometimes. But it stops us from coming into the center. So that's what we're doing in Sahaja Yoga. We're clearing these impurities from our past, and we're bringing ourselves into the center. And we just do that gradually, slowly working. And this gradual process involves, there's two methods in Sahaja Yoga that we use. Very clearly, you'll be able to see the pattern as we show you different things. One is the clearing of the chakras. So we're cleansing and clearing the subtle system. And the other one is the meditation. And we do those two things gradually as we work forward. We go forward in our lives. And the meditation actually nourishes. So we cleanse out the impurities, the things we no longer need. And then we actually put back nourishment into the chakras, into the left side and the right side. So let's just sit for a moment and let the Mother Earth do her work, and let the Kundalini work on this left side for a moment. Always remembering to keep our attention on the top of our head. If you can manage it, a little bit above. A few inches above the top of the head is a very nice place to rest the attention. See if we can just get a little bit of silence. We can notice what we're feeling in meditation, but we can just try to let it go. Just let everything go. Let it pass. Now, we haven't got so much time, so I'm sorry we can't stay longer in meditation, but we're just showing these techniques at the moment. If you'd like to keep your eyes closed while we do this next exercise, you can do that, that's fine. Keep your attention high. And we're just going to work on 3 particular chakras. We're going to do some affirmations. So these are positive attributes of these chakras. And I will tell you where to place your hands. So left hand open on the lap, and we bring the right hand onto the heart. You can imagine it's a really important chakra. And we address our Kundalini. She's your own mother, spiritual mother inside. And we now create a relationship with that Kundalini. She's been waiting to give us that nourishment, and she's awakened now, and we can address our worries and our affirmations to her. So we can say to her, please open my heart. Please come into my heart and expand the love and compassion in my heart. And that just an idea that you can bring into your meditations is, I now give myself time to understand my own powers inside me. Give myself the time and the space to truly understand myself and open my heart. Now let's move this right hand to the neck and shoulder joint here. Now the neck meets the shoulder on the left side, always on the left side for now. Please let me express myself without any guilt. And we can also say, please let me fully express myself, my true nature, but from my heart. Let the expressions come from my heart. And please remove any guilt that may be hidden there. We're now going to move this right hand to the back of the head. You can lean your head slightly back into your hand if that's comfortable. This place here, this chakra, is the end of the left side. So the left side comes up here, across, and it actually ends here. And this chakra holds our past. So we can say an affirmation: please remove all unwanted impurities from my past. Please remove all imbalances from this chakra. And simply, even if you can't remember these affirmations, the very simple one is to ask your Kundalini, please clean my left side. Please clear my left side. If the left side has a little bit of imbalance and impurities, you might feel a little bit of heat on your hand from this chakra. That's quite normal. Bring both hands now back to the lap, open palms, and just let our Kundalini work on that for a few moments before we move on. Keep our attention high above the top of the head. But just lightly, not to focus too much. And just notice, make a mental note of what you might be feeling in the palms of your hands and what you may be feeling in your fingers and your fingertips. Because this is your Kundalini now telling you which areas in our subtle system need a little bit of work. Now I'm going to introduce the second element, which you will be doing quite a bit more of later with other meditators in the breakout rooms. So you'll be shown properly how to do this. This is just an introduction. I just want to explain, this is a workshop candle, what we call a candle we use for the workshops. So this is extra to me telling you about lighting a candle for your meditation every day. So our suggestion is that you use a safe candle holder to catch the drips, because you're going to be working on the left side. And I actually shorten my candles just a little bit to make them more manageable. Now, why we're using candle, it's because it represents the fire. And the left side is the moon side. It's the quieter side, passive, it's the past. And it has little dark little places in it, in the chakras, and we bring the light of the fire to these chakras. So although you can't see very well, I usually start on the left hip area. Just bring it nearby. You don't have to make it so it's not safe. There is a couple of other things just to remind you. If you have long hair, do tie your hair back before you do this workshop, because it can be, it can be a little bit dangerous. So don't bring it too close to the body, just so the light is actually in front of the chakras, and bring it up the left side. We bring it across this forehead and right around to this point on the right side of the head, and back and down the left side chakras. So it's a small, gradual movement, short, gradual movement. We're making the flame sitting opposite these chakras. It doesn't show up very well on the screen, actually. So we're making this movement and we're bringing the light into the left side. Again, I'll tell you that you will be shown this a little bit more detail later. And you can just try this at home. The other thing you can do is bring the candle flame opposite the middle of the forehead. There's a very important chakra here, and it needs the light. This chakra needs the flame, and it's a really nice way to clear it. If we have like negative thoughts or heaviness or sleepiness, sometimes we can just bring this candle in front and bring the light there. And like all of these techniques we're showing you, they start to work as you practice them. So you might feel something straight away, but don't expect things to happen overnight. It's a gradual process. And then the other thing we can do, I'll just show you on this one. You've seen us do the bandan, which is a rainbow arc shape. It's actually a very ancient movement, this is. So we can do that also on these chakras. So we can make this arc shape across in front of the chakras. I do recommend that you wear some old clothes when you're doing this candle workshop, because it's possible that you drip the candle wax onto your clothes. Now we can use it on the heart. So we're bringing the light to the heart chakra. If you've got this workshop candle already, you can try it now and get it ready for later. An arc shape. And then again up, across, round to the right side of the head. Back down. Let's just sit again for a few moments, put the candles down, and you'll do some more work with that later. Bring our open palms onto the lap. Each time you do a little technique or clear the chakras, just sit for a few moments afterwards and let the Kundalini do the clearing work for us. Raise our attention to the top of the head. If it helps, you can bring your right hand up the center channel and just tap, just touch that seventh chakra at the top. Just brings our attention lightly there. And we're just going to have a little bit of music while we meditate for a few moments, and then we're going to move to a talk by Shri Mataji. So just enjoy the piece just for a few moments.
So it is important to understand the first rule of Sahaja Yoga is that you look at yourself. How are you? Are you really progressing? Or you are worried about other things like your business, this, that. Or you are worried about your ascent. What are you worried about? Are you worried about your ascent? If you are worried about your ascent, what are you doing about it? That has to be the main object of life. The rest of the things follow it. Once you ascend, the whole cosmos can look after your problems. But you must ascend into the kingdom of God. That's the main point is. So, first of all, you have to ascertain about yourself. Am I ascending? Am I transforming? Am I giving up all my bad habits? Am I getting rid of my temper? Am I getting peaceful? Am I now sweet? Or am I now still the same horrible criticizer of others? Just put your attention to yourself and see for yourself. It's like a mirror. You start seeing yourself in the mirror, what's wrong with you. And then you try to correct it. Now, second point is that you must see your vibrations, what centers you are catching, yourself. For that you have to give yourself a bandhan. You give yourself a bandhan and see for yourself what's wrong with you. When you give yourself a bandhan, you will know about your chakras. Now, then you have to go further. See, you find yourself that your right side is hot. What you do is to put your right side towards the photograph and left side up towards the ether. The ether takes away the heat. But what actually happens is that your right side gets the vibration and the heat is pushed towards your left and passes out into the ether. Now this heat comes from too much futuristic living. Those people who are too much futuristic, they have too much heat. And too much heat has to go away. And when this heat starts going away, then you are amazed how it works. For that there are various things we have to use, but mainly for right-sided people, they should not use any light at all. They should not sit in the sun. They should sit in the moonlight. They should read some poetry. They should not tie up watches. They should not look at time. They should allow the time to pass, and they should just become very sort of emotional people. They should sing songs of bhakti. They should not do hatha yoga. There's so many things they should not do if they are right-sided. You will be surprised how people have been helped through this kind of a treatment which treats one side of your being. The left-hand side people are the people, as you know, are the ones who are docile, who bear up lots of things from others and cry and weep and all the time, are on the loser's end. Such people have problems also because all their organs are lethargic and they have problems of a lethargic heart, lethargic liver, lethargic intestines. Everything becomes very lethargic. You get pains in the body. A right-sided person doesn't get any pain himself. He gives pain to others. He's very sarcastic, he's very aggressive. He troubles others. But the left-sided people have pains themselves. They get pain here and a pain there and pain here. So left side is to be cleared, as you know very well, through the light. Light is put before the photograph, left hand towards the photograph, right hand on the Mother Earth. So the left hand gets the light and the light passes through, and the negativity of the left side passes through the right hand, and the right hand is on the Mother Earth. The Mother Earth is the one who sucks in all these negative forces of the left hand side. So these are the two sides which we clear. But once you have cleared these two sides, then you can use the photograph. Sit with your both the hands towards the photograph and put both the feet in the water, a little bit of salt in it, and about 5-10 minutes you must allow vibrations to clear you out. Then wipe your feet, put the water properly into some disposal, and then sit down for meditation. If you can do that every day, even 10 minutes is more than sufficient. You don't have to do anything in an extreme manner. In the morning time, you have to give yourself a bandhan when you are going out. Don't go out without giving a bandhan. And attention should be all the time inside, in the sense that you're walking on the road, people have habit of seeing this, seeing that, seeing like that. The attention gets frittered away. What you should do is to see about 3 feet or 4 feet at the most from the ground and not above, because you can see all the beautiful children, flowers, everything. There's nothing very beautiful about that. So better is to see only up 3-4 feet. If possible, to fix your attention so the attention becomes concentrated and you feel very relaxed and relieved of too much of wobbling of your eyes. Eyes are very important. Very important, and as you will notice, because you are all realized souls, that your eyes now have got a glint, a kind of a light in the eye. And that light shows that you are realized souls.
So let's just have a minute of silence while we absorb Shri Mataji's words. So we can slowly open our eyes again. So could we have the slide for what we'll be doing tomorrow, please? Tomorrow, we will look at the topic of self-mastery, becoming your own guru. So this is really based on the void area, the Nabi chakra. So that will be the topic for tomorrow. And we become our own gurus through the daily practice of Sahaja Yoga. So please don't forget to join us tomorrow for that. Now, yes, the handouts. Please click on the website link for live sessions and recordings. The website link is there. You can join a WhatsApp group if you haven't done already. You'll get daily updates and messages about Sahaja Yoga and anything else that's happening. In the chat, there will be a PDF handout for today's session. So please click on that link, and it'll be very useful for you if you want to remind yourself what we did during today's session. Just a reminder that when we do enter the breakout rooms, the chat will disappear. So please do click on that link. Now, the mentorship program. So I want to emphasize the fact that the mentorship program is separate from the breakout rooms, because it goes past the 21 days, and you'll get the opportunity to talk to a Sahaja one-to-one, and that Sahaja will be able to support you individually with your meditations at home and any further questions you might have. So it's a really good opportunity to go deeper into Sahaja, and the times will be flexible at your convenience, wherever you're coming from, whether it's America, Africa, or the 16 other countries that we've had seekers join this program. So the form is there. Please do join it. So we have the interactive workshop for you now. Please raise your hand. You'll be put into small groups. Excuse me. You'll be put into small groups, and you'll learn more about the technique we just practiced, and it'll be a lot of fun. So please join the interactive workshop now. And we conclude the main session here for today. Thank you all so much for joining us on a Sunday evening. It's been a real pleasure. That's good night and goodbye from me and Rosalind. And it's a goodbye and good night from Rosalind. Thank you all.